What's up, YouTube? Today we are going to do another above or below video, this time for Ashe though. Now I will say I have very limited time playing with Ashe, but this is more about who I'd rather have on my team. Like if I had a random third person, who would I want them to choose? Like an Ashe or a Wraith or something like that. But I think I've watched enough like higher level Ashes play and have enough Ashes on my team to really have an opinion on it. Spoiler alert, she is very solid. If you like this type of video, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below who I should rate next. So let's just get started. I am going to basically pretend that I'm just playing a ranked game on the new map and just pretending like who would I want as my third teammate. First up, we got Bangalore, and you guys know how I feel about Bangalore. That's a pretty easy decision for me. Yeah, I would literally take any part of Ashe's kit over any part of Bangalore's. Next up, we got Bloodhound. I will say I think Bloodhound is slightly worse for this map, but I still would take a Bloodhound over an Ashe right now. Even as like, if I get like a third teammate or whatever, I still think there's a much higher chance people use Bloodhound's kit more effectively than an Ashe. Just think I trust a Bloodhound more than I would an Ashe at this point. Man, Caustic is a tough one as well. Honestly, you could compare Ashe's tether to Caustic's gas because it just kind of like blocks out a certain area. I think I am leaning more towards Caustic is worse than Ashe right now. I would rather take an Ashe because I think on the new map you're going to get more value with Ashe. Like Caustic's just not quite as good with all that open space and all that stuff. Crypto, I think, is still just not in the best place. I'd really love to play with like an insane Crypto. Like I just want to play with like a fucking Predator style Crypto because I think Crypto can be so good and be above Ashe. But like an average random player, Ashe is going to be way better than a Crypto. Fuse, no, I think I'd rather take an Ashe as an average player just because I don't think a lot of people know really how to play Fuse very well. And I trust more people to get like a good portal off or get the information from a death boxes off with Ashe than I would like somebody using an effective ultimate with Fuse. Gibby, I would take over an Ashe any day as a third person, as a third teammate. I just think there's a really high floor for Gibby. Like it's pretty hard to be bad with him. And I would trust him to like put down good bubbles, whatever. I like his defense way more than I do like Ashe's like movement or Ashe's tether. Man, I really like Horizon for this map. Her Q is just on full display, and her ultimate, you can usually get value for it as long as you place it well. Like, this is a tough one. I lean above Ashe. I want to put Horizon like at the same spot as Ashe, but obviously I can't do that. I think what the deal breaker is for me, since I'm acting like this is like a random third teammate, because Horizon has been out in the game longer, I have more faith that the person playing Horizon will do better for me essentially than an Ashe does. They're just gonna know how to use Horizon better. As many excuses I want to make to say Lifeline is higher than Ashe, I just can't do it right now. Her kit's just not good enough. I will say I do think she's better in this map. Her ultimate, her care package, I think is safer to use, but I can't put her above an Ashe right now. Maybe if you already have like an Octane on your team or a Wraith, then I would have a Lifeline just for like looting purposes. Loba is another tough one to grade. They just are completely two different legends, Loba and Ashe. I think right now I would put a Loba above an Ashe. Like I would rather have a Loba as a third teammate, but in like a month or two, those would probably switch. I've just been really liking a Loba on this map. Like anytime I have a Loba on my team, it goes well every time. Next up, we got Mirage, and I think Mirage is very interesting because I do think he's better. I do think he's quite good for this map. I don't think he's meta really, but he's really close to Ashe in my opinion. Like he's not at the basement that people like he used to be basically. I can't quite put him above Ashe. I don't think he's that good. But I think the gap between him and Ashe is quite small, like smaller than people think it is. I think just his kit can get a lot of good value because, I mean, when I go up against him, like it's just weird. Like you'll see decoys across the map, and it's just there's so many areas and rooms and spots you can put decoys because there's just a bigger map and just more open space. I just think it's easier to bamboozle people, honestly. Octane is the one that Ashe actually rivals, in my opinion. Her portal is very, very similar to a jump pad. I would take Ashe over an Octane right now because I think Ashe's kit is much more team-based than Octane is. And even though a lot of people know how to play Octane or whatever, it's a very popular character, I would just take Ashe right now. Octane just feels very underwhelming on this map. Like Ashe's portal is better. Ashe's tether is better than Octane's stim, in my opinion. Like more team-based. And her information she gets from death boxes is way better than, like, you know, generating health. Obviously, they're very close, and you could take either one of them. But right now, I just think Ashe is very, very slightly above him. Now we got Pathfinder, which he's pretty similar to Ashe and Octane. Like, I probably should put him below Ashe if I'm going to put Octane there. But honestly, I'm probably a little biased on this one because I think Pathfinders are scary as fuck. And I'm going to put him above Ashe because I just think Pathfinders are cracked out and his kit is very good. I mean, his kit is very good for this map as well. It's not like he's a bad legend at all. Like, he's really good for this map. And I think I would rather take him right now than an Ashe. Rampart is still not good. I don't even think I've had like one teammate use Rampart this season. Maybe once or twice, but obviously they weren't good if I do not remember them playing with me. I do think Rampart actually can be solid on this map, though. Like, I think she's honestly got a lot of potential, but right now, just no. I'd much rather have an Ashe right now than a camping Rampart with shields and probably getting no value with her minigun. Next up, we got Revenant, and Revenant is also just kind of in a bad spot. If we're talking about people that would pair well with Ashe, then Revenant would be S tier. But Revenant by himself, I would not take unless you have a movement character on your team. But if I need a random third teammate, I am definitely taking an Ashe right now over Revenant, just because Revenant is just a third-party machine and a magnet, and just things just don't end well usually with Revenants on your team. Like, yeah, you might get that one team wipe from your totem, like as a third party, but that totem is a beacon that is going to tell other people that there is a fight here, and you're going to get 4th and 5th and 6th partied. So in the end of things, like the grand scheme of things, Revenant's just, it results in death. Seer. I don't know. Seer has been the toughest one to grade for me this season. Like, because I've been having really good teammates with Seer. Like, people have been cracked out using it, but I still don't think he's, like, that good. Like, it takes a good player to make him good. Oh, I think right now, though, I think I'm going to put Seer above Ashe just because the people know how to play Seer by now. It's been a season. And I think, generally speaking, if I'm going to get a random third teammate, I have more faith that I'm going to get a good Seer player than I do that I'm going to get a good Ashe player. Valkyrie, there's not much discussion here. She's above Ashe. Like, she's literally one of the best in the game this season. Her kit's just literally perfect for this map, just flying all around. She's easily an S tier character this season. Next up, we got the newly buffed Watson. I still don't think she is like that good. There's definitely been more Watsons, and it's been good to see. I've actually been enjoying playing against and playing with Watson just to get more exposure with her. I still don't think she's like better than Ashe though. Like, she's actually viable now. She's not like terrible, but I still think it takes a good player to make her good. And I'd much rather have an Ashe because I believe I'm going to get way more value with an Ashe even on the current map too, like on Stormpoint. And lastly, we have Wraith. It's kind of funny that everybody thought Wraith was going to be like kicked out of the meta with Ashe, but honestly, they are coexisting very well because Wraith's portal is like very customizable, if you will. So there's like enough difference there that honestly, it's good for both of them. Honestly, I would think I would take a Wraith right now over an Ashe because like I've been playing with a lot of Wraiths and playing against a lot of Wraiths, and I don't know if Wraiths just got better this season or what, but a lot of people have been getting good value from Wraiths. And right now, I actually kind of trust Wraiths for as a third teammate rather than I would as an Ashe. Maybe it's because all the bad Wraiths move over to Ashe. I don't know. Anyways, that is my list or opinions, whatever you want to say about Ashe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And again, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment who I should grade next. See you in the next one.